Okay, it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm going to sneak up on some reptiles. So some of the first videos on my channel were building this vivarium as an upgrade for my tiger-legged monkey tree frogs. And those frogs have just settled into this vivarium really well, and they love it. They're doing great. But the only time I ever can see these frogs, because they are so shy, is if I sneak up on them like this at night. And one thing I absolutely love about nocturnal frogs is nocturnal animals have evolved to have the eyesight that they need in the dark, and they have more rods in their eyes to gather light. And so at night, when the lights are out and it's dark, their eyes dilate completely, and their eyes become just big black orbs. And the cuteness factor just goes up by 100 times. And there was basil, and I think up in the corner here is parsley. And garter snakes are also definitely diurnal snakes. They are 90% of the time active during the day, but occasionally I'll see them out at night. Usually Daryl and Carol are sleeping curled up together in this hide. And on this other clip, I was able to catch Daryl soaking in his water dish. And what I love about this clip is that Carol comes up and they just love each other so much. And it really looks like she's coming up to give him a kiss and tell him to come back to bed. So this is my day gecko, Carl. And day geckos are definitely diurnal reptiles. They are awake during the day and sleep at night. And here Carl is sleeping on the glass. Usually he sleeps on the bamboo over by his heat mat, which is on the side of the vivarium. But I think sometimes that's how he regulates his temperature. If he's too warm, he'll sleep on the glass on the other side. But I love this clip because it really shows the colors, the purple color underneath his toes, and the red, blues and greens underneath his tail. and is just another good example of what a beautiful gecko he is. On this particular evening, I got distracted and wasn't able to get in the reptile room to turn out the lights until about 9:30 in the evening. So the lights are all on, but some of the nocturnal animals went ahead and woke up and they're out and about. And this is my crested gecko, Morgan. And I love this clip because with the lights on and Morgan is up and he's fired up so that his colors are just absolutely beautiful. The breeder told me that he was a harlequin lavender morph. And when he is fired up, his colors are just stunning. He has these kind of chocolate browns and these coppery colors on his head and feet, and he just looks fantastic. And when Morgan is not sleeping up in the plants, this piece of wood that is in the bottom of his vivarium is his favorite place, and he's just there a lot of the time. So sometimes at night I'll see Pumpkin out and about, and other times he's just sleeping or hiding. Most sources say that corn snakes are crepuscular animals, meaning that they are most active at dusk and dawn. But my experience with Pumpkin has been that he just comes out whenever he wants. Sometimes he's totally active during the day, and other times I see him out at any hours of the night. And for instance, here I found Pumpkin going into one of his burrows in the middle of another night. And I think this burrow goes all the way under his water bowl, and he can go through that and come up underneath his log hide. And my leopard gecko, Laverne, is definitely a nocturnal creature. I often take her out during the day, and what I really notice is even though she likes coming out during the day, I have to wake her up, and she'll seem a little bit more sluggish. And at nighttime, she's just full of energy. And when I come in at night, she comes straight to her door and paws and scratches at the door literally because she just wants me to take her out. She's like a little puppy dog. And sometimes at night she'll be sitting on this particular rock because it is right under her basking lamp and it's been absorbing heat all day, and so I think this is a warm place for her to sit at night. And this is my bullfrog out at night, and I will put a link up in the corner to the video I made when I first got her, because she was so tiny then, and it's just amazing how much she has grown in such a short amount of time. And by the way, I did give her a name, and so she is Lucille. And if you can't tell from the names, Daryl and Carol and Carl and Morgan and Jerry, I am a big Walking Dead fan. And Lucille is just scary to watch when she goes after her food. She is so ferocious. And so I thought Lucille was an appropriate name. And I love visiting my tomato frog Scarlett in the middle of the night. You can see that she has the big black eyes like I was talking about earlier, and he just looks so cute. And this is what Scarlett does. He's 90% of the time just sitting in one spot waiting for a cricket to come by. The only difference really is at night he's awake, and I can see him make a little bit more eye contact with me. And just occasionally, maybe once a month, I will catch Scarlett actually out of his hole and just kind of hopping around his enclosure, and that's a rare sight to see. And in this clip, a mushroom popped up on this piece of wood. And this happened to be one of the evenings that Scarlett was out hopping around in his enclosure. And I love this mushroom because it is just exactly the same colors as Scarlett. And mushrooms come up in the vivariums every now and then, and they're always beautiful, and usually they don't last more than a day or so. So here is an evening where I came in and found Jerry getting a drink at his water bowl. And some people say that ball pythons are like having a pet rock because all they do is sit in their hide all day curled up sleeping. And that might be true during the day, but anyone who thinks that their ball python is never active has not come out and watched them at night. It would be easy to have a ball python and think that it never comes out of its enclosure. And this might be true during the day because ball pythons are nocturnal animals and they just spend their entire day curled up in their hides sleeping. But at night they come out and are very active and explore every bit of their enclosure. And I spend a lot of time with Jerry, and he and I have developed a really wonderful relationship But a large majority, if not all of the time, that I take Jerry out of his enclosure for handling and to spend time with him is during the day. And like Laverne, I have to just kind of wake him up to do that. And although he doesn't mind that, it does give me a totally different perspective on what Jerry is like when I slip into the reptile room at night to watch him moving around and exploring his enclosure. Okay, and that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed seeing the reptile room at night. And if you did, let me ask you to do me a favor and hit the like and subscribe button. I have lots of videos coming in the future, so you might ring the notification bell so you can be notified when new videos are available. And until that time, I look forward to seeing you again real soon.